This is so weird. Ah, you know what?
It's working, you see?
Yeah, it's... Wait, the microphone's working?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I'm sure. Look.
So...
Speak now.
So let's see if that's better. Or that. Nope, that's bad. Okay, so this is better. Okay, so you need to move over. I need space. I use my hands. We're Italian here. Okay. But we don't know if this is working. Can anybody hear and let us know if the microphone's working? No, because nobody's watching. All right. So there's really important news today. I don't know if... Oh, okay, there's... So far, like one person has joined. Whoever is this kind person that has joined us, can you tell us if you hear us? Do you hear us? Because we're testing a microphone.
Where's the chat?
The chat. It pops up eventually. Oh, we got a chat. It is working! So, like, you just made me say your name, which you always yell at me for mispronouncing on, like, live TV.
Did you say right?
It's not really TV. But anyway. Wow, it's nice to see you. I can't wait to actually see you in person as well. I know, I'm waiting for the sarcastic comment, but it's okay. Okay. So, everybody was messaging me today because there's like really important news that was coming out of this region of the world. And so I was like, wait, I actually was driving all day. So I was like, what on earth? So I'm checking the news and I'm like, wow, yeah, there's really big news here. And so, of course, the really big news that is breaking out of the Middle East is dun 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 da 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 da. Do you want to explain?
I had a gymnastics competition.
Can you hear Raya when she talks?
I had a gymnastics competition.
Yeah, and this says first place, right?
Doesn't say.
Oh, it doesn't say. Well, it's first place.
And then we got
it's a team. It was a
medal.
team competition. So that was great. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Everybody claps from around the world. Yay. Is that your real hair? Oh, you're just taller. Okay. Anyway, she's standing on it. Can you believe it?
No!
Oh, you wanted them to think that you were?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ryan, now that we got the biggest news of the day out of the way, what else could you tell us about what's happening here? Because people have been asking. The news. All of it. What else? I mean...
I don't know anything.
You don't know anything. Okay, anyway. All right. Today is April 7th, so that means we are exactly 6 months from this attack that rocked the world and changed thank you, Clover, changed this part of the world for at least up till now. Things are crazy, have been crazy. So even if I didn't know the date, sure enough, when I woke up, from the radio to the TV to the news, everything on the news was all about, like, this time at this minute 6 months ago on October 7th, this is when the rockets started, this is when that started, this and that. So anyway, it's been all day. There also are rallies now going on. There's 50, according to one of the groups that is protesting, 50,000 people in Jerusalem protesting, and it's a combination protest. These days, they're all combination protests. If you have heard me speak before about this, let me see if I can find it. It's a mixture of, bring back the hostages / get a new government. So that's what's been going on. 133 hostages. I think the last time I was here was 134. Now it's 133 because of a cat wants to jump onto the computer. They found, the IDF found the body of one of the hostages, a man in his 40s, and they said that it seems like he had been killed in January. Didn't see if they put the details out anywhere about how they knew that or anything. Okay, so so at a massive rally currently taking place in Jerusalem to mark a half year since the Black Saturday captivity, survivors Itai Regev and Adam Goldstein took the stage on behalf of the children who returned. Okay. It's them. Oh my gosh. Okay. Agam Goldstein was kidnapped from her home in Kfar Aza along with her mother Hen and two younger brothers, Tal and Gal. Her father, Nadav, and sister Yam were murdered on October 7th. So I actually remember their story. There were like several memorable stories, and that's one of them. That you saw, like, actually, it was one of the first videos that went viral around here that was being recorded by Hamas that was in their house and then released. I think they were in Kfar Aza, and they released this video, and if you had the Telegram channels, it was going wild out there. So that was one of the first ones I remember seeing. So that was horrible. So the husband is still, he was murdered. Oh my gosh, I thought he was kidnapped. Oh, okay. So anyway, so they're reliving the stories today, also politically, also on the news, and also, well, not politically, sorry. The news is, and the hostage families. We're in the midst of like the 20-minute commercial break for Israeli news. So just a few minutes ago as well, there were sirens in the north, but further south than the usual. So it was in Sfat. But the biggest news of the day is that the Israeli army announced that it's withdrawing all its troops from Gaza. So we wake up, it's the sixth 6 months since the war started. And, a week ago, Israel was adamantly saying we're going into Rafah, which is the southernmost city in Gaza, and we cannot win the war if we don't go into Rafah. And that's where the remaining terrorists are hostages, terrorists, everybody. That's where we have to go. Meanwhile, that was sort of paused for various reasons. But in addition, they restarted an operation in Shifa Hospital, which is further north. So that's that they were back up there. They had been there in November. So then Shifa Hospital for 2 weeks, and so that is a different part of Gaza altogether. So what happened? Was it a change in strategy, or Hamas regrouped and was operating in the north now? And then this, shocks everybody. This, despite the last time I did a live, it was a Thursday night, and Iran was about to attack, and it was the last Friday of Ramadan, and everybody was going to be all riled up. But in the end, really nothing happened. I mean, not to say nothing is going to happen, but nothing happened at that time. So that waiting pattern, that's now the waiting pattern. That's in a pause. But this news, I think, shocked everybody. So I have a couple questions. Of course, there are some people who are saying, oh, it's the Americans. The Americans are forcing Bibi to do, what they say. But another thought is maybe there's a behind-the-scenes hostage deal going on for the remaining Israeli hostages to be exchanged for possibly a ceasefire, and maybe that's why they're withdrawing. Now, I'm speculating. I'm like, this isn't news. This part is speculation. So I don't know. But, in Gaza, you've got now their official count that they put out is 33,000, more than 33,000 people killed. I just saw on the Israeli news, and this is an Israeli number, is that 12,000 Hamas operatives have been killed. I don't know how they get their numbers saying that this many is Hamas that have been killed. I don't know. And, but, 33,000, famine about to settle in about 3 weeks in Gaza, according to officials who monitor food situation. People who returned to Khan Yunis today found, utter devastation, no homes to return to in Gaza, and this comes on the heels of a really huge mistake on the part of the Israeli military that shot a convoy of aid workers from the World Central Kitchen, saying that, we thought it was terrorists, and seven people were killed in that, 7 foreigners, not just civilians, but foreigners. So then this morning, in addition to, it's been 6 months, here we were 6 months ago, sirens, this, that, whatever. They announced that another 4 Israeli soldiers were killed in a battle in Gaza. And, so I don't know if this announcement to withdraw, which came, a couple hours ago here, has to do with the, is Israel just giving up and saying, okay, it's going to now be treated like the West Bank, where you've got little spurts of terrorism. There's shared highways, and sometimes there's a shooting here, and then there's the difference there though is that there's Jewish communities right next to Palestinian communities, and there's a strife and animosity between the two at times. And then today, for instance, there was a shooting terror attack at Ali, I think. No, not Ali, somewhere else. Anyway, a little bit further north. So is that, what's happening? Is that going to be now what happens in Gaza? Except there aren't Israelis in Gaza, but will Israel just operate on a respond to a terror attack, respond to a rocket attack? Because in the beginning, they said the goal was the utter annihilation of Hamas. So now what? I don't know what the answer is to that question. So anyway, I think we need to look at a possible connection to a hostage deal. It seems like I think the latest Israeli delegation that went to Cairo or Doha, I think it was Cairo, just came back from their latest negotiation, and so maybe all of this, and then also with Biden gave some sort of ultimatum the other day, which I already forgot what it was. Was it to call for? Remind me. You can tell me in the chat. This is a long day. Long day. We had a lot going on. But maybe was it Biden's ultimatum, or is it simply that a deal's in the works and they're getting ready to just pull out, wrap up, exchange whatever they're going to do? Is it going to be just a ceasefire, or are they also going to return jailed Palestinian prisoners that are in Israeli prisons right now? So I don't know, and I think that's something we'll have to watch in the coming days, just to see exactly what's going to happen. Trying to think if there is anything else. I did hear something I read today in one of the hostage family networks. I didn't see this on the news. I'm never going to find it right now. It's too many messages. But that the family of one of the girls in custody, in a hostage, is, I think she's 19, that they received a funeral wreath to their house. And the message didn't say who it was from, who sent it, who they suspect sent it, if it was like a Hamas psychological warfare, or I mean, I don't know who else would do that in this country. You know, I don't know. So anyway, that was that was another thing that happened today. So anyway, that's it. Raya, is there any other news today? Did we miss anything? No? We got the most important thing. You want to tell them what's next after this competition? But you have to come here. They can't hear you. This is the wrap up. God bless you too, Walter. Thank you. Thank you, Clover. My friend Clover says congratulations. You know, for one of my birthdays, my friend Clover, whose birthday is like what, 3 days later, she took me to a farm and arranged that I would be able to milk a cow for the first time in my life. It was really special. And you know, today I saw horses, so I think there's like some kind of connection going on right here. Okay,
Well, you have a connection with camels.
Camels?
There's a camel whisperer.
Yeah, I camel whispered in Bahrain. They were like, they really liked me. That was weird. And today a horse kissed me on the cheek. Oh my God. Oh my God, it was the best. Anyway, okay, so, oh, Margaret, thank you. That reminds me. Seeing your name, Margaret, reminds me. I didn't do connections today. I think I missed it yesterday too. Withdrawals. Okay. It's a great game. Okay, Raya, what is next after first place at the competition in Rishon LeZion? What's next? Come on, with excitement, with excitement.
Eilat.
Well,
I don't know what it is in English.
Eilat? Is Eilat? It's a city. Explain it.
It's a city in Jerusalem.
It is not in Jerusalem.
Tel Aviv.
It's closer to Egypt.
Closer to Egypt.
And Jordan. And Saudi Arabia.
Whatever she
All
said.
right, it's the southernmost city, but why? But what? It's huge. This thing, the competition is huge.
Okay, so we have a competition.
Yeah, go ahead.
We have a huge competition at Eilat, and it's close to Egypt, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, I don't know.
Oh, fun for us. Maybe we'll have breaking news alerts from the Houthis when we get down to Eilat. You know what they are? Good. Not quite, but yeah. So anyway, so that's the excitement.
I'm speaking.
I thought you were done.
Did I say I was on?
We weren't speaking.
So, because you interrupted me. So, we stay at a hotel, or Airbnb. Hotel at Eilat for one night. It's in May, right?
I think 2 nights. And you have like a day's worth of competitions or 2? I don't know. I gotta figure it out.
And then I'll be having 3 and
a trophy.
Whatever the thing is, yeah.
Okay. All right, Raya's like on mute, so I think it's time for her to go to bed. Actually, I think it's time for every living being in this house to go to bed right now. It's been a long day. I'm sure there will be more news. I actually also did want to do an update because like the warmongering live from Thursday turned out to be nothing, as I really thought it was going to be. But, you know, anyway, err on the side of freaking out. All right. And on that note, let's say goodbye.
Her bed smells so bad.
Oh, okay. Oh, one more thing. Go check out my podcast. Just dropped tonight, actually. Oh my God, how did I forget this? Podcast about the Armenian Quarter in Jerusalem with a surprise interruption. You have to try to guess who it was that walked in, because I didn't say.
I want to
Don't
say
say.
something. I want to say something. Don't forget to subscribe to Nicole Jones is Young.
I should pay you.
Really?
Yeah.
Pay up.
Well, I will after I get
Really?
some. I will give you a commission for every subscriber that comes through your announcement. But you have to tell them where to subscribe. Stumped, huh? So am I. But go to the podcast. It's good to be good. I interviewed 2 guys from the Armenian Quarter, and it was very exciting. It's at Nicoleness on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube,
Go at Nicoleness.
Yeah. And then you get to see all the things that are allegedly of like these little kids going, yeah. But it's really not me watching them. It's some
Go
other
subscribe
people watching them.
to Nicole Johnson at Nicole Johnson. Go to
At
YouTube
Nicole
and write Nick Jan.
I don't know if you'll find it from just that.
Or
We gotta
Nicole
figure this out.
Scabby.
She's getting attacked by a cat. That's why she's screaming. Probably not good to scream into a microphone. Okay. So now we're saying really good night because bed. Okay.
Don't forget to subscribe.
On that note,